Welcome to Wednesday Night Live from the Basement. Here's your hosts, Rob, Daryl, and Joe.
Good evening, nobody, because no one's tuned in yet, but good evening. Good evening anyway, anybody. It's Wednesday. I'm in the basement. So's Joe. Daryl's doesn't have a basement, and we don't know about Chris, but how you guys doing?
Good.
Oh, look, here's
Good.
Tim. Tim's here. There we go.
Tim is here. There you go.
There we go. Welcome, Tim. Welcome. It's Wednesday. Did we do this last week, or was I away last week? Did we do it last week?
No, it was World Series Day.
World Series. We're not talking about that. There we go. There's Record Hound. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Yeah, we're not going to talk about why we didn't do it last week. Richard, how you doing? So it's been a minute then. How is everybody? Joe, what's going on store wise? Everything good?
Yeah, store's good. We finished off our Rocktober sale, and it was pretty steady throughout. So I bought a couple of different little collections that'll add up to a couple hundred of kind of meat and potato stuff. I don't know. Maybe I talked about this on Sunday. I'm confused now because we did this in the middle of the week with not just almost the same people.
This exact line.
Yes. So what day is it? But anyway, yeah, but just standard late 70s, early 80s, Billy Idol, Madonna. I think a lot of the stuff that some are looking for, I can't remember where it was, but the shift, I think, is a little bit on where those that were looking for Beatles and Stones and things like that have kind of found those. So now it's that next generation, and I haven't exactly decided or figured out what that is yet, but I think it is the 80s, I think, is the next wave of stuff that people will be looking for. Now everybody's always looking for like 80s hair metal and 90s stuff. That'll never change, but I'm not sure, because there's some Beatles that sit in the bins that never used to sit in the bins before. But then the 80s stuff comes in and gets out of there right away. So all of that's good. I had the most unimaginable pain today, though. I went to the dentist.
Oh boy.
And then Bryan Adams came over the speaker. So I was good right up until that point. But then Bryan Adams played well at the dentist. So, I mean, can you just imagine? Can you imagine my poor head?
Was it your favorite song?
It wasn't my favorite song. No, I can't even remember what it was anymore. It might have been Run to You. I can't remember for sure. But
Cloud number 9.
Yeah. It was not the summer of. So, but yeah, at the dentist with Bryan Adams on while you're in the chair, and you can't even change it because it's not your friggin' dentist office. But
my dentist has a TV and it lets me change the channel.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. How was everybody else's couple of days, weeks, whatever, however, it depends the last time you saw the four of us?
Daryl, what's going on with you?
Well, I can tell you that I was not at the dentist today, but I did get to meet the new boss's boss. So that's always interesting. The new director of education. I've been keeping. I'm almost like you at this point, Rob. I haven't put out a video in almost 2 weeks, I think.
I'm a month.
I got to get on it. There's some threads that I actually want to do. I actually enjoy doing the threads. There's some nice ones that are out there. I was on Chris's show Sunday with you for a bit, and Joe, that was lots of fun. We had fun with that.
Good. Yeah.
And other than that, I mean, today's theme, I actually grabbed a whole stack of records. I don't think I'm going to get through all these. In fact, I know I'm not going to, but I'm actually going almost blind on this. I know what letter it starts with, but I'm pretty much going blind because all of my records are facing that way.
Oh, there you go. That's fun.
So that's kind of the fun of this one, I think.
So you guys got a new Super Nintendo Chalmers, is what you're saying? Is that how that works? Or I guess
that
would be the equivalent of that, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yes. What about you, Chris? What's going on there in the middle of the night in Wales?
Actually, today, yesterday now, was the 5th of November, which we celebrate the United Kingdom for Bonfire Night, when Guy Fawkes tried to explode the Houses of Parliament. And we thought it was such a good idea. For every year since then, we celebrate with fireworks because we hate the government. And everybody joins in. It's apart from Christmas, it's bigger than Halloween over here. We love a big bang.
That's good.
So cool. Yeah.
We tried to blow up the White House once, I think, didn't we?
Well,
I mean,
we burned it in 1812.
Yeah.
Yeah, the British decided that it wasn't a good idea, and we didn't like the look of it, so we went, right, Canadians, come with us.
That's
We've
right.
had,
Let's
we've
go.
had an idea. Let's grab a gin and tonic and have a laugh.
Let's
Off we go. Right. Yeah, exactly.
And we said, "Give her."
Do
You're-
not take off. Let's go.
Yeah. Everyone have a good Halloween. Do you
Yeah.
do Halloween in Wales? Like, is it a thing like it is over here?
Not really, to be
No.
honest.
No.
Well, I think
People
what
come
we
into
did.
your yard and you throw crab apples at them, or what?
No, it'd be throw fireworks at them.
Take
Um,
Roman candles and start shooting Roman candles.
honest,
at the kids, go.
Yeah. To be honest, me and Liz, what we tend to do is just grab a few pizzas from local takeaway and stuff, and have the kids round me watch a movie or something, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what we do.
Nice. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year. I absolutely love it. I'm already looking forward to next year's Halloween because I love going out with my kid. I think the only reason I had a kid is so I could continue going out for Halloween. And 2 days before Halloween, I threw out my back.
Oh, mate.
And I have a bad back. So 98% of the time I'm fine. But like once every, year or two, I literally I did was bend over to pick something up. It was like a towel off the floor. And just the way I bent, my back went out and I was in fucking agony. And my wife's like, "You're not going to be able to go Halloween." I go, "I don't give a shit. I'm going out for Halloween." And I loaded up on the Robaxa set. I put my costume on, and my costume has a backpack that weighs 42 pounds. I'm not exaggerating. And I'm like, I'm straightening up, and I'm like, "All right, let's go." And the kid and I went out and trick-or-treated for an hour and a half, and I just didn't matter. I loved it. So it's great.
Good.
Was it Ghostbusters this year, or that was last
It was.
year? Yeah.
It's Ghostbusters every year, and it's been
Okay.
Ghostbusters for 15 years.
Okay.
Because, I mean, aside from the fact that I'm a nerd, it started 15 years ago. I was like, I want to build a proton pack for no other reason than I like to build shit, right? So I went down the rabbit hole. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And so my proton pack is 100% screen accurate and took me a couple years to build and more money than my wife is aware of. It has lights. It has sound effects. It plays a theme song. It does the whole thing. So I did that, and I used to go trick-or-treating with my nephew when he was 4 or 5, whatever. And I'm like, well, I got the proton pack. I need the jumpsuit and the whole. So I got all that shit. So I have all that shit. And I'm like, well, I could use it one time a year. So let's go out for Halloween.
Cool.
So, there's my proton pack right there on the floor. So there you go. It's pretty
Messing around.
no messing around. So
Do not cross the streams.
that's right. So sore back and all, the kid and I went out and we traipsed all over the neighborhood and got an obscene amount of candy. So it was a lot of fun. And a lot of grown-ups. I always get the kids like, "Ooh, Ghostbuster." I get a lot of the dads going, "That's fucking awesome."
Yeah.
And I went, "Yes, I did." So it was fun. It was fun. So yeah. Do we have anything exciting to talk about before we get into the topic?
Well, we talked about it again. Discussions between the three of us, or the four of us, pardon me, will go around in circles here a little bit. But there are some folks that were not around. I think three of us have the new Springsteen 82 Nebraska. And I know I've listened to it multiple times already. I think you have as well. Chris, you had it, you didn't, and now you do again? I can't remember.
Fucking HMV, mate. I ordered it and they've cancelled my order, and it's just said we don't know when it will be available again. Amazon. So it was going for about £79, which works out, I don't know, $90, $100 Canadian. And on Amazon at the moment they want £160 for it. So I'm gonna wait. I've been streaming in the car. I've been streaming the house, listening to it. The electric version I've been streaming mostly, to be honest, because Rob said it was brilliant. So I've been streaming that, and I will get it. But I'll have to wait till it comes back in stock, pretty much, because it's out of stock in UK. So it's just I have to wait. So there's nothing I can do about it, which is probably better. So yeah, it'll come back around.
Thoughts on the electric Nebraska now that you've streamed it a few times?
Yes, amazing.
It is good.
Yeah. I got to be honest. With all the rest of the stuff that is involved there, it would be nice if they released just the electric one on like a 2 LP set or something
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, they
No,
could
what do you
do.
think?
Yeah, they could do the outtakes and the electric in a separate set, and they may do that still. Who knows? But yeah, the outtakes are fantastic. Like "Child Bride," that last song on the first side of the outtakes album, is really really good, and it's got a lot of lyrics from other songs. It's kind of like you're listening, and sometimes I'll listen, and then other times it'll be on, and I'll hear a lyric, and then I'll wait for the next lyric in the song that it became in. So it's that's been kind of a little bit fun too, and then even the track listings as well and how they come up on the albums and stuff. But yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. I haven't delved into the book in that yet. I've just listened to numerous times and haven't watched the DVD yet either, or Blu-ray or whatever it is. So I don't know if that'll be anything spectacular, but I'll watch it and see. So
I was quite surprised. I was most excited about the Electric Nebraska disc, but having listened to it all, surprisingly, my favorite is the live performance in Red Bank of the whole album.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be the least impressive because it gives a shit. It's Bruce on a stool playing the album. And I remember when we were on Chris's stream on Sunday, David Atkinson was saying he thought it was shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was the best part of the box set. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
loved it. The whole thing is fantastic. I still maintain it is everything that a deluxe edition should be.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the bit where I get the box set and I put the electric on, and then I want to read the book as I'm listening to the music. The whole experience of kind of, because streaming doesn't really do it.
The book is mostly lyrics. There is some write up in it, but more than half is just lyrics.
Okay,
but it's still worth it.
I've always stated that "Racing in the Streets" is probably my favorite Bruce Springsteen song, but the new version of "Reason to Believe" might overtake it. I love the way they did it. It also brought back memories of seeing it twice last year as well live, and it was very similar to that with him and Little Steven playing guitar and stuff. So, but anyway, I thought it was fantastic. And here's our resident Dodger fan,
Richie. I wanted to acknowledge you're here. Hello, welcome. But I am not yet in an emotional, mental state where I can talk about what transpired. I'm still deeply scarred, emotionally wrecked, deeply heartbroken. You got to give me a little bit more time. My therapist says, can't talk about it yet. McCartney hits up Montreal November 17th, 18th. Tim's going to be at both shows rocking his Pepper costume. Tim, we got to see photos of that, my friend.
We do. Yeah.
Absolutely we do.
We might even need to see it live, I think, possibly.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Scott. Welcome, my friend. So
speaking of Bruce Springsteen, the only person either on camera or in the chat to have punched Bruce Springsteen, right?
Exactly. That's probably my favorite story I've ever heard.
It's up there.
YouTube.
I love that story. Yeah.
He's going to see Thomas Dolby this weekend. There you go.
Cool.
So our topic tonight is just one we've done before out of, I don't want to say sheer laziness, but
that's what it is.
Records away. We call it the one bin challenge, one cube challenge, the one bin, whatever the hell you want to call it. We just got to pull all the records from one of our bins or one of our cubes. So we each gave each other a random number, and that's where we pulled records from. And that's kind of interesting because, maybe it's some stuff you haven't shown before. So that's what we're doing. Chris is our guest du jour, so he's going to show us some greatest hits probably.
No, not the first one.
Oh, really? Okay. We'll go like this, and then we'll go like this, and then you can show us something. Oh, well, there you go. I think I might have heard that one before.
Yeah. Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory, the anniversary. Fantastic. Rob sent me the link for this, and he said you need to pick this up. I'm not going to talk to you until you pick this up.
You have blamed me for 65% of your record collection.
Yeah, because 65% of my records are your recommendations. The others are greatest hits, mate. So yeah, so it's an amazing. I think I was literally just watching Sam St. John his October pickups, and I think he picked up 50% of them from Walmart. It's not the box set; it's the 2 LP set. But this is phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. Could have got the black vinyl, but
But why
if you
wouldn't you?
but if you know me, I went with it's kind of like a orangey red. So there
I've
you
got
go.
sort of like this clear, smoky. It looks like snotty mucus kind of thing.
Snotty mucus. That's a punk band from the 70s.
Right, exactly.
Naughty mucus.
Yeah,
Discuss it.
it's like you hork a loogie and there's a little bit of something extra in it.
So, the tracks on your Roll With It, Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger. Some might say Cast No Shadows, She's Electric, Morning Glory, Champagne Supernova. And then obviously on the other tracks, then you've got side 5, you've got the unplugged stuff, and it gives you about the band and that kind of stuff. So this was recorded at Rockfield in Wales. So there you go.
I love it. I obviously bought it because it's one of my top 3 albums of all time. So I have it. I love it. I just kind of wish they would have maybe done a little bit something more for that. It was priced reasonably, I suppose, but really the only bonus stuff on there is like 5 or 6 acoustic songs. You would have thought maybe they could have found something a little extra to put in there, I guess. But it was still good, and I bought it, and it sounds good. So
There you go. That was my first choice. Oasis. Kick things off.
there you go.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
Love Richie's comment here as we were talking about Springsteen. I find it funny how Springsteen's considered the voice of the working man who never had a job in his life. Good point.
It's good work if you can get it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
You want to go next, Daryl?
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Sure. There you go.
All right. So the bin that I was given are a lot of my letter M bands, I guess you would say. So halfway through. So I don't know what's coming. All my records are backwards. So I'm just gonna take it out of the sleeve and see what we got. And first one is Mike and the Mechanics.
Oh, nice choice.
I don't know if this is self-titled. I think this is a self-titled one. Yeah, so this is Mike and the Mechanics. It's no surprise. I've talked about Mike and the Mechanics before, more specifically Paul Carrack. I think he's an absolute genius of a singer. I think he's wonderful. All the way dating back to his time in the band Ace and then Mike and the Mechanics. And of course, he went solo. So love this album. Probably my favorite Mike and the Mechanics song, Silent Running, is on this. This is one that has All I Need Is a Miracle as well. And then I think it's the follow-up to this was the one that has the Living Years on it, which is quite possibly one of the most depressing songs of all time. So, yeah, it's kind of a surprise. I wasn't expecting Mike and the Mechanics to be the first pull, but Mike Rutherford, Paul Carrack. I like Paul Young too and his solo stuff too. So can't go wrong with Mike and the Mechanics. And there they are, all the way from yours truly, not Wales though.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the UK. I can't remember where.
So you said something off the start, which prompted me to go and look. And I don't know if you were trying to come up with the year or not. Surprisingly, they have a lot more albums than I thought they did as I look at it. And I don't know if they're all true or not true, but sometimes on Discogs, I just have Discogs up. I always do when we're doing this. But there's like 10 albums. And I'm not sure if they're all studio albums or if there's some mixed compilation stuff or what they are. But I mean, I'm to be honest, I was familiar with that. The next one, Living Years, and maybe Word of Mouth. But that's it. But there's a whole bunch more in there as well. So
yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't have known that there was that many either because like I said, I'm more familiar with with their more mainstream stuff.
sure.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. I don't know. I Are they still performing? I don't think so, eh?
I don't know. I'm not sure. They could be. I don't know if any of them have passed. I'm not sure at this point if they have or not. And then, I mean, again, at what point does a band become, not the band anymore? I guess if Mike Rutherford is around and whether Paul Carrick is or isn't, I guess too. But so.
I think they brought out the greatest hits this year.
Oh, did they? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I think it was a reissue though, Joe. It was kind of anniversary greatest hits.
Yeah, like I said, I always keep Discogs up when we're talking about this stuff, and there's a bunch. Word of Mouth, Beggar on a Beach of Gold, Rewired the Road, Let Me Fly, Out of the Blue was 2019. That's the last full album anyway, and then compilations come up after that. But anyway, like I said, just a surprise. I didn't think they had.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to maybe stream some of those and see what their newer stuff sounds like, because I really like Paul Carrick. Like, he's probably one of my top five solo singers that's left a band to go solo. I think he's fantastic.
I've seen him in concert.
Yeah.
He one of the tours he did, he played with Ringo Starr's All-Star Band.
That's awesome.
Probably 25 years ago now. Yeah.
I think Ringo fell off a stage somewhere last week, didn't he? I thought I saw something about that.
I have no idea.
In the last couple of weeks. But
Hope
hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully.
Or fell, hopefully not too far. I can't remember. I thought I saw that somewhere. But anyway.
He's short. He won't fall too far.
No, that's right. Depends. Yeah, that's right. And just get a peace and love. Peace and love. That's twice I've thrown out the British accent so far. What do you think, Chris? Pretty good, or?
What are you going to show, Joe?
Exactly. Very nice.
That was good. It was good. Well done, Nate.
I like it. So my bin is going to be some T's and a little bit of U to end it off, and I'm just going to go in the order that they came out of. They're not right out of, because actually the bands that are in this cube, I have a fair amount of it. So I just tried to pick one from those, and then there's some other individual artists. But we're going to start off with a band out of San Francisco, or at least the Bay Area in San Francisco. And for those that know me, know I'm a pinball guy as well. So it's the Tower of Power, and they have really nothing to do with pinball other than this cover on this album. But a great, phenomenal horn band, not horny band. That's completely different, but just really, really good stuff. I don't know if you know who they are. I don't need to explain. And if you don't know who they are, they're a band with a bunch of great horn players in it. So that's why I'm not sure why the Tower of Power, but and on this one, it happens to be Hubert Tubbs on lead vocals. They're just not just instrumental, but Emily Castillo, Steve Kupka, Mike Gillette, Greg Adams. They probably changed members as they went along. I am a little familiar with, not crazy familiar with, but I enjoy listening to their music on a sometime basis. But really good stuff, kind of funky, not kind of funky, good horns, funky, good stuff. And the pinball theme, which was kind of cool as well. So the Tower of Power out of the Bay Area in San Francisco, the United States of America.
Good.
Right on.
All right. The cube that I was given is the very end of letter C and all the way to the very start of letter E. So I'm not going to show them order. I'm going to just mix them up just to provide some randomness to it all. I'm going to start off with a bootleg first. Chris might get excited about this. Big fan of Delaney and Bonnie Bramlett. I have all their albums except for Motel Shot is the only one I'm missing. They did an album called Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Clapton, which was a tour they did in England. And the Friends consisted of people like Eric Clapton and George Harrison. And it was like a theater tour. And they just played some sort of good Southern sort of rock revival kind of stuff, like sort of Derek and the Dominoes kind of band influenced, that kind of American rock and roll. And it was just fantastic. So what this is an FM radio broadcast from that tour live in Copenhagen, in Denmark, 10th of December, 1969. It's very good. There's a couple spots where the the radio broadcast audio quality isn't great, but it's still a very good show. And I think for the most part, it's the same, roughly the same set list as what is actually on the on tour album. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of the people backing them on here, so Clapton is on here, George Harrison, Bobby Whitlock, Billy Preston, Rita Coolidge. There's a bunch of great people on here. There's a Clapton and Harrison on the back of the album there. So big Delaney and Bonnie fan. And when I saw this bootleg at a record shop a while back, had to grab it. So there you go.
I was just about to ask you about the availability of that. I was just about to say to you, is that available? Is it? Right, okay.
I have no idea. Just found it used at a record shop about a year ago. So, I mean, a lot of these, I don't know about, I mean, I imagine they're probably plentiful over in your neck of the woods, Chris, because as I understand it, a lot of these FM radio broadcasts, the copyright laws have changed in Europe now. So they're not illegal or unlawful or however you want to phrase it to produce them and market them. So we're even seeing a lot more of these FM radio broadcasts on vinyl over here than we used to years ago. So
Okay.
the European press, so should be able to find it. There we go.
Interesting.
Very nice.
You know, I don't think I have a single bootleg in my whole collection.
Really?
I'm gonna find one of these days, just for fun.
You know what? They're hit and miss, right? I probably have about a couple dozen, and of that couple dozen,
Yeah.
a small percentage are good. But again, with these FM radio broadcasts, they're getting better. I've got some Fleetwood Mac ones that are really good. I've got but most of them are kind of hit and miss. So
I think there's
I have a couple of unofficial pressings. I've shown it before. I showed my Firehouse one, but other than that, I don't really have anything like that. Yeah.
is that Delaney and Bonnie the gig that has a video on YouTube? I don't know. I've never looked. There is video of it, and I believe there was like a deluxe CD set several years ago. I think that had a DVD in it, but I've never even thought of checking on YouTube, believe it or not. So
Does it say? Sorry, Rob. Does it say anywhere where it was recorded?
yeah,
does it say?
in terms of the actual place, let's see here. No, it just says Copenhagen, Denmark. It doesn't actually. I don't know if there's anything on the inside or not. Nope.
Okay.
It says Denmark TV. So who knows?
Okay.
I'm sure if you Google Delaney and Bonnie, Copenhagen, Denmark, 1969, it might show something. I have no idea though.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of bootleg companies that seem to find better copies to bootleg out there. Like there's some that are just, they'll take whatever, some dude with some small piece of shit tape recorder versus the guy that got it off the soundboard. I think there's a couple of different companies that you have to kind of look for. Their names escape me right now, but I remember Dylan from Noble, because he's got a lot of different bootlegs saying that this company's usually got a pretty decent bootleg because it's, they found the guy that took the tapes off the soundboard, and then this company not so much. So I've got a couple of bootlegs, and I've got a couple of Russian presses as well. And I think that the bootlegs sound better than the Russian presses. I got a couple of Black Sabbath that are just horrible. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. They put it through some sort of compression, then they made it sound even shittier after that, and then they put it on a record. So there's a couple of those too. But
Chris, it was recorded at the Falconer Theater in Copenhagen.
Okay.
So, and yes, Rich, I just saw it. There is video on YouTube of it, so definitely I'm going to go check that out. And I don't want to put Martin's comment on the screen because he's right. We're not talking baseball tonight because I'm not emotionally ready yet. So now it's Chris's turn.
So my section went from O to S. So it's quite a big range of kind of songs that I've got in between there. That happened to me 2 weeks ago. It just randomly just moved.
Don't do it, StreamYard.
So I went with the greatest hits. it was inevitable this was going to happen. But I think we'll all agree this is a good greatest hits to have in your collection. It's Mr. Bruce Springsteen.
Who's that? I never heard of him.
He's got a nice rear end.
There you go.
Oh, it's a nice Telecaster.
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's right.
I might have a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this was the first Bruce album I picked up, and then obviously discovered Nebraska through Rob, and collected from there. But this was my first purchase of Bruce Springsteen. And if I'm being totally honest, I think I've told the story before. I knew Born USA, Atlantic City. I always liked for some reason, which is on Nebraska, which done the full circle for me. This is just on black vinyl though. But yeah, it's. I'll just read us on the tracks: Born to Run, Thunder Road, Badlands, The River, Hungry Heart, Atlantic City, Dancing in the Dark, Born USA, My Hometown, Glory Days, Brilliant Disguise, Human Touch, Better Days, Streets of Philadelphia, Secret Garden, Blood Brothers, This Is Hard Land. So if you want to get into Bruce, this might be a good way to get into it. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a
In
billionaire,
high school, I think I had that on CD. That greatest hits one. I don't know if the CD had every song that's on there though. Does it have all the songs, Rob, or do you remember the CD?
I never had the CD. I don't know.
Hmm.
I actually
I
did
had
not
the
own
CD when I was in high school. I played the snot out of it.
I
can't
actually did
remember
not
all the
own that album until a month and a half ago. The wife bought it for me as a gift. She goes, I know you have a lot of Bruce. Do you have this one? I go, no, I don't. I hadn't bought it yet. So I never owned it until back in September. So
Nice. That's a good greatest hits. There's no doubt about that. That's
It is.
loaded.
Richard's right. No one, we don't talk about the river very much. It's a phenomenal album.
Yeah.
And without the river, there wouldn't have been Nebraska.
Mhm.
Because I mean, that's kind of at that point the river was kind of the height of Bruce's success, right? It was, I guess everything he had hoped to become, this giant worldwide stadium tour. And if I remember what I read correctly, after that he got home and he went, I got to do something a little different, and that's why he toned it down and did the Nebraska thing, not intending it to become the album that it became, but just because he needed to bring the energy down a little bit, we ended up with Nebraska because of the monstrous success of the river. So
I'm gonna go and watch the film next week.
yeah, sometime next week as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
How many tracks are on that, Chris? Is there 18 tracks on that one? Because there's 18 on the CD.
now you're going to ask him to count.
Talk
No,
amongst yourselves.
Let's hear you count in Welsh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, Yes, that is 18.
18. Indie Pimp, was that one? Indie Pimp, did I hear that correct?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that, about 13?
Een,
Een?
and een is one, which is spelled exactly the same as one in French, as un.
Cool. Things
course.
we learned today.
I tried not to learn anything today, and look what happened.
I taught somebody nonsense on a live stream. My job here is complete.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
and
having
good
me.
night. Yeah,
Good night.
exactly.
That's it. We're done, everybody. We'll see you next week. All right, Daryl. Don't teach us anything.
Yeah, being a teacher.
What do we got here? Oh, this was a blind buy. So I've never seen this soundtrack. The reason that I picked up as a blind buy is I was like, oh, featuring original music by Joe Jackson. It's a soundtrack to a movie called Mike's Murder, which I've never seen.
Nope.
Has anybody seen Mike's Murder?
Never
Nope.
seen that
So-
album. Never seen the movie.
I've listened to this album a couple of times because, like I said, I was excited for Joe Jackson, who's on the back of the cover, right? And I think he sings most of the songs on it. But I will say that it's one of those typical like 80s soundtracks. It's okay. It's nothing special. I paid $1 for it, right? You can't go wrong for $1. I mean, it was just a blind buy. I thought it was a cool cover. I'm not saying it's in mint. I would say that it's in near mint condition. somebody probably listened to it a couple times like I did and then threw it in the for sale bin. But like I said, the reason that I was excited for this is because I saw Joe Jackson, and I like Joe Jackson. I do have a couple of his records. One of them I actually got as a Secret Santa gift about 6 or 7 years ago. So one of my colleagues got me Joe Jackson. The one with I think it's the one that has Steppin' Out on it, which is a fantastic track. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be going down and breaking the bank over this record, but I have it because it was a blind buy, and I like Joe Jackson. So it's meh. It's okay. Nothing great. But if anybody in the comment section knows what the movie is or what the movie is about, feel free to let me know, because I'd never even heard of the movie until I saw this in the blind buy. So
Never heard of
Mixed
him.
Murder, the soundtrack.
Yeah, never heard of it, but you are correct in the fact that that album "Look Sharp" by Joe Jackson is fantastic album. So Sunday
Yes.
Papers, is she really going out with them? Yeah,
Yep.
just really,
Those are great
really
tunes.
power pop goodness, lots and lots of it. So fantastic.
All right, Joe.
Me, okay.
You.
This one is not obscure by any means. It just finally got a reissue this last year, and that is Miss Tracy Chapman. It almost falls into the category now. A Fast Car is almost in the category of I don't need to hear it anymore. I still enjoy it a little bit, but it's really getting close. Like maybe 5-6 more times, and it's going to go over the edge, I think. Because, and I don't listen to the radio very often at all. When I'm at the shop, at home, it's always this stuff, because why not? At the shop, they like to play on the speakers and use the streaming services and that. So I work in the back in my little spot or whatever, and I've got albums playing in that. But when I walk out, it's one of the local radio stations. And I must have heard Luke Combs' Fast Car. Like if I walked out 4 times a day, 3 out of 4 times, it had been out for 2 years already. But anyway, I digress. This is a very, very good album. This is a very, very good sounding album as well. If you want something to kind of show off the system a little bit, it is very, very well done. Tracy's pretty fantastic. I mean, she's up there as far as the singer-songwriters go. And Chris, I can't remember. I think that I recommended the Lilith Fair, and then I think you found it. You couldn't find it, but then you did find it, the Lilith Fair documentary that she was on for, I think, at least one of the years, maybe a couple of years.
She's as soon as I hear her, I skip. And it's because of Fast Car. I'm just fed up of hearing it. I just never want to hear it again. And I know it's a good song. It's just it got overplayed here so much on every single radio station, every MTV growing up. Every time it comes on, even when Luke Combs started singing, I was like, I can't skip.
Yeah.
I'll change
I know.
channel.
Yeah, like I don't hear hers as much anymore. But like I said, just at the store, and I'm not even at the store all the time. But anyway, that's not why we're here. Why we're here is to talk about the albums, and this is a very, very good album. And I will listen to Fast Car to get through all the rest of the album. So, because I listened to it today, and it's really fantastic, sonically really nice as well. So there you go. Little Tracy
So,
Chapman.
Chris, are you saying that Tracy Chapman is your Bryan Adams? Is that what you're saying?
And no comment, because I know it's going to come. I'll just say this. Is it Working on Revolution or something she sang? I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that song. That and Fast Car is all I've heard in Britain. That's all that was big. I can imagine that's a brilliant album, but the thing that's put me off is Fast Car. I just don't want to hear it anymore. It's just
I get that.
Too much. Too much.
I get that.
No.
Okay. Me.
Yeah.
Me. Let's go with some Canadian content. Why not? This album here by this gentleman right here, whose name is Alan Doyle. This is called Back to the Harbor. Alan Doyle is a singer-songwriter for those non-Canadians here. I know Tim will know who this is. Record Hound will know who this is. He fronted a band called Great Big Sea back in the 90s and 2000s, which were very successful Newfoundland-based pop, folk, rock kind of thing. There's a kind of Newfoundland kind of music that is very Newfoundlandish. It's kind of its own kind of thing. I think it's catchy. I like it. So that band broke up, and Alan's been solo now for 15 years. This is an EP that he did, produced by this fella here in the hat, who's another famous East Coast Canadian musician named Joel Plaskett. He had a band called the Joel Plaskett Emergency, which is awesome. So yeah, this is kind of a Newfoundland folk record. This is Alan's guitar player, Corey Tetford, and his fiddle player, my pal, Kendall Carson. I'm going to see her next Friday at a Blue Rodeo show. So just good East Coast folk music.
I think
Cops autograph.
sometimes he refers to it as kitchen party music, doesn't he? I think, or
Yes,
something along the lines of that.
We should explain that term to non-Canadians. So people in Newfoundland are largely of Irish descent. And it's life in Newfoundland, especially in the winter, is not the easiest. They're pretty harsh winters there. And in the summer, it's a fishing-based economy. And so, what do Newfoundlanders do? They drink a lot. And they play a lot of music, and a lot of the music is rooted in traditional Irish. Oh, they drink you under the table, Chris. So they get together in a kitchen, and pretty much everyone in Newfoundland plays an instrument, whether it's a guitar or whether it's whatever the hell this stringed instrument is that Alan's holding right there. I don't know what the hell that thing's called. It's not a guitar.
The spoons, right?
Whatever.
Spoon.
What you do in Newfoundland is bunch of people get together in a kitchen and get shit-faced and play music. It's called the kitchen party.
Brilliant. I'm up for that.
Yeah, again, it's good work if you can get it, for sure. So
Pass me the saucepan and a spoon. I'm there.
Yeah. Kiss the
Arn
cod,
said-
and away you go.
He goes, got a lot of Great Big Sea, but I'm old. I got a lot of Great Big Sea, too. I wish it was on vinyl, but it's never going to happen because the two frontmen, Alan and Sean, are like oil and water. They haven't spoken in years. So it's that's never going to happen. But love seeing Alan. He's touring again next spring, so I'll probably go see him again for the 23rd time or something like that. So there you go. Some East Coast Canadian music for you.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be nice to see that on vinyl, but you're right. It's never going to happen.
Not
And,
unless
and for those that haven't heard Great Big Sea before, I mean, it's really good stuff. It's upbeat. I don't know, like drinking music. Really, that's all it is.
yeah. I mean, they had some success in the States, especially with the album Play, which was their first album, which is phenomenal. When I'm Up, I Can't Get Down, and Ordinary Day were their two really big hits that actually were minor hits in the U.S. Just, fun drinking music. And they were on Much Music all the time and put on great concerts. But then Alan and Sean kind of split because Alan wanted to be the successful musician, and Sean had a massive drinking problem. So I guess it was not an amicable split, and probably never will be. So who knows? All right. We will go around again, which brings us back to Chris.
If Liam and Noel can get back together, I think there is a possibility that anybody can get back together.
That's true.
If the money's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Greatest hits, another good one to have in the collection, I believe. Like I said, this is going from O to S, so you're gonna have to put up with some great hits here. But it is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Good to have in your collection. And yes, it's a solid greatest hits right through. Pretty much no filler. Show you the inside. And there they are. Tom looking really young there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I believe this just came on black vinyl. We got American Girl on here, Listen to Your Heart, Refugee, Even the Losers, Here Comes My Girl, The Waiting, You Got Lucky, Learn to Fly is my favorite one of all time. And Something in the Air, and there's so many others on there as well. So yes, so good greatest hits to have, and I'm glad I picked it up. So
Is
there you go.
Into the Grade Wide Open on that one?
Yes, it is. It's on side D, track 2. Sorry, I missed that.
And also,
That's a great. That's
Mary
great.
Jane,
That's probably my favorite Tom Petty one. But
Mary Jane's Last Dance was
That's my
for
favorite.
that album, right? There's two that weren't on that weren't songs before that album.
Something in the Air and Mary Jane's Last Dance.
There you go.
My favorite album by him is Wildflowers. Sorry, I love that. It's good.
It's good. Good.
There you
Good. We might see Mike Campbell make an appearance in my pile here at some point. Sean, thank you for the correction. You have to chalk that up to my Ontario ignorance because we know in Ontario that we think Ontario is the center of the world. Oh wait, that's Toronto. I'm not in Toronto, so I'm not that much of an asshole. I thought it was a Newfoundland thing. My apologies. It's an East Coast Maritimes kind of thing. So the kitchen party. Please forgive me. Yes, Great Big Sea did have an awesome version of Slade's Run Runaway. They did.
they did.
They had a lot of great songs. They had that great folk cover of that folk song, Lukey's Boat. I loved the night that Pat Murphy died. They had some great stuff. All right. Daryl.
Okay, so what's next? All right. Okay, so up next, I've talked about this before that the only version of The Voice that I really am not a fan of is no offense, but I really don't like the American version of The Voice because I think it's just all they sing is the same old stuff. They just, cover Billie Eilish and I get it. They want young pop singers to be singing the modern stuff. But I like The Voice, especially Norway and different parts of Europe. Chris, I can't remember if you were telling me that Wales, did Wales start a voice as well?
You've got UK Voice, and they've got the best singer of all time on there, Mr. John Jones, mate, as one of the judges.
That's true. That's true. So when I've been watching some of these, I came across the Voice of Belgium, and there was a guy, and he went by the name of Wim, W-I-M, Wim. That was his name, and he sang his version of. So this is a guy by the name of Frankie Miller. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Frankie Miller. He's kind of like a 70s, 80s. I don't want to call him rocker, but does some rock, maybe some power ballad stuff and whatnot. But there's a track on here called Jealousy, and this Vim guy did his version of it. And he got through maybe 2 notes of his version, and the 2 judges like pounded on the button. And it's fantastic. Gotta love that back cover on it, though.
Absolutely.
The legs and all that. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Frankie Miller, like I said, he's like a 70s, 80s pop rocker, maybe a little bit of not hard rock, but rock music and power ballad stuff. And I just love his stuff. And I was trying to find his music, and a lot of his stuff, maybe not a lot, but there's a few. I know this album in particular, like there's Russian pressings and stuff like that. It wasn't the easiest to find. But I found this one in the wild. I don't know how I found it, but I found it, and I love this album. So it's got one of those holes in it. So the Danger Stranger, Zap Zap. It's kind of weird names for songs, but Jealousy is the big one that's on here. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's kind of like I said, it's one of those 80s power ballady rock type songs, and I don't know. Like I said, I like watching The Voice, and sometimes some of the records that I buy are actually direct results of hearing covers of things that are on The Voice that I'd never heard before. So I think it's kind of neat that those types of programs do that. So
Does that Vim look like Meatloaf? Is that the one I'm thinking of? He's got longer hair.
No, he doesn't. He's got a big, really long beard. Really long beard.
I think I know who you're talking about now. I think I've seen the clips on YouTube.
Yeah, check him out, Vim. He does a cover of Jealousy. It's actually a pretty good version of the song, and the judges go fantastic over it. So yeah, but like I said, that Frankie Miller album, if you haven't checked it out, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, under the radar type stuff.
Cool.
I gotta show Martin's comment. Any Stan Rogers in your Canadiana bucket? Damn right there is.
Well, I'm not in my bucket, but
On my
Chris
list.
has it. Chris has it too, because this is one of the,
there you go.
Chris sometimes buys records that I talk about.
Yeah.
I've talked quite often about Stan Rogers because he had a big influence on Adam Baldwin, who's one of my absolute favorite musicians, which Chris liked as well. So because I talked about it, not just because I talked about it, I mentioned it. It piqued Chris's interest. I'm not an influencer, but it piqued his interest. So there's some Stan Rogers records over in Wales now. But yeah, got some Stan Rogers. He's fantastic. Absolutely.
Thank you to the vinyl community. Otherwise, I would never discover Stan Rogers or Adam Baldwin or a few others. So, there you go.
Exactly. Look at this. Curtis. There you go.
Curtis, Stan, there you
Curtis.
go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe's turn, am I right?
Yeah.
First,
Woo!
I'm
First-
not going to screw up tonight.
Yeah. First, a question, Chris. Is that like a whole bottle of Irish whiskey? What the hell are you drinking, mate?
No, it's this is a German beer.
Ah, cool. And my other question, I don't know if I said I had two. No, go ahead. What do you got? Show it off. We got beer drinkers. Richard will appreciate it, as along with others.
Hold on.
Krombach.
Kronbach.
Krombacher.
Excellent.
I don't know if you've got it in Canada, but I picked it up from Aldi. So,
Yeah.
so it could be from Germany. It probably is from Germany because Aldi are German. So, yeah.
I quit drinking so long ago. The only beers that were out there was more than I'm kind of making light of it, but it was like Molson and Labatt's. Those were the only two beers. There might have been Corona. That's how long ago I stopped drinking. So there's a whole bunch of beers I have not ever tried. So, but someday I'll just fire back up again. Fuck it. It's been 35, 40 years. Let's start again. Why not?
It's like three bottles for £6 or something.
Oh,
So-
really? Well, there you go. Just
Yeah.
become a cheap drunk. Have you seen Tom Jones? Have you seen him live? Because I bet that would be a hell of a show.
Yes, I have. And
Yeah.
he was a support act
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow.
for the Stereophonics, which was
Oh.
really weird because it should have been the other way around.
Yeah, but good though. I bet. A couple of different crowds, probably even.
As soon as he came on, you had generations there, kids, grandparents, everybody. There was people that just bought tickets to go to the Stereophonics to see Tom.
Sure.
And
Of
he
course.
started the song off with the national anthem of Wales, and
Yeah.
then cracked it to Green Green Grass of Home, and then Hey Delilah. So it was brilliant.
That's a good set. There's nothing
He's-
wrong with that at all. That's pretty good.
He's the Welsh Neil Diamond.
He is exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I'll warn you now. Canada's joining Eurovision, so we're coming to get you guys.
Uh-oh.
In the budget, I don't know if you guys saw, in the budget, there is money put away for us to become part of Eurovision. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So here we go.
Hell yeah.
A bit confused there.
What?
Europe?
Well, yeah, no, not us three, just
All right.
Canada in general.
In case you didn't know, smartass, we are a Commonwealth country.
That's right. And I believe that Celine Dion actually won the damn thing before. She was like loaned out to Switzerland or somebody. I don't remember. Anyway. Up
Is it
next,
my go? Is it my go?
No.
no,
Joe's turn. Shut up.
and I've used up my turn asking questions, so I'll say it quickly. Up next, Tragically Hip, Back to the
Ugh.
Start, the EP. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think because I like it. Small
You
town.
sound like my wife.
Lost American Exit, Killing Time, the EP Back from the Day, an OG copy. There you go, where it started, and then it went from there. So, and that's one of the artists that take up a lot of the bin that I'm talking about is the Tragically Hip. But I decided to go right back to the very start, right back, me boys, right to the start.
It bothers me because I really wish I liked them because I'm probably the biggest proponent on YouTube yakking about Canadian music all the time, and they're the best. And I fucking hate them.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just the
I
way
wish
that
I
it is.
liked them. I can't stand them. No disrespect to the late Gord Downey because he's musical treasure. I like him like I like Bob Dylan. Don't spit out your beer, Chris.
And we all know. And yeah. You
For the
just,
two reasons. It's the voice. I can't do it.
yeah.
Why am I big?
You're not.
On my screen is showing that I'm massive.
Well, you're
No.
not on my screen. I don't know.
I don't know what.
If it lasts longer than 4 hours,
It's
call your
actually
doctor.
really funny because Rob, you talk about how you're a proponent of Canadian music, and I am as well, and I'm the same as you. I can't stand the Tragically Hip.
I love what they did for Canadian music, and I love that their
Yeah.
songs are about the Canadian experience. I just can't stand the music.
We respect them, we just don't like them.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. There's not a single song by them that I like. Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
there's one off one of their earlier records that I like, but
All right,
it's always played on CBC. I can't remember the name of it now.
I'm going to go American on this one.
Uh-oh.
Merca.
Merc.
This is Dawes. This is their album called Good Luck with Whatever, which came out in 2020. I think it's probably like their, I don't know, 6th album, something like that. For those that don't know Dawes, they're a band from sort of the Laurel Canyon area of California. And they have that sort of Laurel Canyon indie rock kind of sound. Really like them. Their first album, Nothing Is Wrong, is one of my favorites. One of my top 10, and then Rich is going to go, Rob's got 45 records in his top 10. Some of Dawes' records I love. Like, I love that one, and I love this one. And others I'm not a big fan of. They did put out one called Misadventures of Doomscroller. Can't stand it. But this is pretty good. It's a gatefold, so I got to show it. And this version is signed by the whole band. I don't know if it's on colored vinyl. Yes, it is. Look at this. It's on this kind of like peachy cream sort of whatever. So just a good, 2010s California, Laurel Canyon indie rock kind of stuff.
I wonder if the songs in the album are in the notebook that's on the back cover. That looked like a notebook on the back cover, like one of those,
Yes.
like your journal-y type things. So I wonder if that's where the album comes from.
Maybe.
Inception type of stuff.
Maybe life imitating art and imitating. Who knows?
I
Who
have to
knows?
check them out. You guys, more than once you've mentioned them, and they're on my list of things to buy.
I would recommend start at the beginning. I mean, Nothing Is Wrong, I think, was their second album or third, maybe, because it's kind of a musical progression with them. They when you get to like Misadventures of Doomscroller, it's a little more jammy, a little more sort of ethereal, and a little less structured. I don't know. I like their early stuff better, but
I will go on.
everyone has an opinion, so. Dawes is great. Yes, I agree. Curtis is saying, I slept on the hip for a long time, but I can say they are among my favorites now. Good, and they should be. They're absolutely phenomenal. They don't do it for me. I will turn off a radio if I hear a hip song. Marge saying, the start of my Canadian identity, the Guess Who. Well, you know what? Same with me, actually. The very first Canadian band I ever got into when I was a teenager was the Guess Who, and I saw them on the Running Back Across Canada tour, which was kind of the first real reunion tour back in the late 90s. So, yeah, they were kind of the first one that I got into before another band called Blue Rodeo. So, Richard, if you're keeping score, we've mentioned Bryan Adams, and now we've mentioned Blue Rodeo. Just saying. Record Hound saying a friend kept shoving Tragically Hip down my throat, not to mention radio beating me over the head with them. So yeah, not a fan. Yeah, it's I guess an acquired taste. I don't know what it is. They're great musicians, great songs. For me, it's just it's the voice. It's just yeah.
I tried streaming it a few times, Tragically Hip, and I just didn't connect to me. So I don't know. Maybe I need to give it another go.
I know there's a lot of Rush fans, but I've heard the same thing about Rush with Geddy Lee. There's a lot of people that don't like Rush for the same reason.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Richard's not keeping score tonight. Richard, if you're going to be here, you need to participate. Your job is to keep score. All right, we'll go back again to the top. Chris.
Well, if we're going to keep score, I better show it.
Oh, stereophonic.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go!
Hey, there it is.
Hey, Stereophonics. There they are. This is their first album coming out in 1997. So, anybody want to get into the, as we call them in Wales, the phonics? Good place to start. Upbeat, kind of same era as Oasis came out, Blur, Pulp, that kind of era. They were the first band signed by Richard Branson on the Virgin label. So,
Would you say you're hooked on phonics?
yes.
That's a funny joke. I don't know if you have hooked on phonics over in Europe, but we did here.
No.
Okay, so then that joke didn't land with you, but I know
Yeah.
Joe and Daryl think that's funny.
I got it. Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was
So,
good.
Over here in North America, it was a program to teach kids how to read, I think. And
Something along the lines of that.
something along that line. And everyone here has heard of Hooked on Phonics. And I remember the commercial. You'd have a kid on it.
Worked for me.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Yeah. So that's a very funny joke if you're from North America. I know everyone in the comments was laughing. So look at this. Even Richard gets it. Hooked on Phonics worked for. See, that thing keeps changing, and I didn't even switch the pictures around. What the hell?
So, Chris, does it make you feel any better that one of us bought something that you suggested, so that we're all influencing each other here a little bit, anyway?
Yeah, it does slightly, because I just feel like, and I know I bang on about the Stereophonics all the time, but they are a good band. Like,
Very good.
America, Canada just missed the boat with them completely. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they didn't tour properly. They're massive everywhere else. Like Europe, they're massive. Asia, and like the album you bought, Ucha, is not the newest one, as the one before. That's very much upbeat. From the start, there is kind of like that. Right, let's go. You can hear him background. Come on, Kelly, let's go. And he's,
Yeah.
But if you want kind of raw indie, British, Britpop, I hate the word Britpop.
I hate it
too. It's not pop. It should say British indie music just at the start of coming 96, 97 time. So there you go. There's Stereophonics.
Should we say all of that British indie music coming at the start of 1996, or can we just go Brindy
or Britpop?
Brindy?
Well, I just don't like the word pop because I don't know come up with it, but it just does my head in a bit because it's like it's not pop.
I agree with you, right? Because it's always when you hear Britpop, Blur versus Oasis. Blur, yeah, they're pop. Oasis is a rock band.
Yeah, so
it's the Stereophonics.
Yeah, and I mean you've sent me quite a few of their videos, and it's fantastic stuff. I remember Hurry Up and Wait. That was the only one that I knew. I think that's the only one that was famous here in North America. But yeah, it's indie music. It's not. It's not
the
Britpop.
The one that the Hurry Up and Wait is off the second album, Performance and Cocktail, which I've said the Rob has got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Daryl, I will get an album out to you, like I said. But I'm just waiting. And I said to Joe before, I'm literally waiting for Canada Post to grow a set of bollocks and get back to work like the rest of us.
That's never going to happen.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
there's a reason Canada Post is on the verge of bankruptcy.
Well, in Britain, the king owns the Post, so they don't go on strike. He just pays them off. So let's get on with it.
Keep calm and deliver the fucking mail. That should be the poster.
Right? Amen. Amen.
Anyway.
All right. Now it's Daryl's turn, if I'm correct.
You are correct.
Woo!
Look at him go. Look at him go. Yikes. Where'd you go?
He ran away.
Yeah, there was some weird glitch going on with my internet. All my screens went blank. So some kind of a glitch there. Yeah, no, I didn't hear what you were saying, Chris, because it glitched out. But I know you're going to try to send it to me. Joe and I are waiting on something. My wife bought me a Christmas gift, and it came in the mail today. So I think they're slowly getting their stuff together.
I'm just a bit afraid sending stuff over, and I don't want it to get lost. I'd rather than be back. I said this to Joe the other day, actually, when I texted him. I was like, "Are they back?" He's like, "No." I was like, "No, great, okay, whatever."
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, it's a lot of money in shipping alone to send here and it not get here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll send you the invoice.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, I'm gonna have to do a twofer for sure because I got two of these. One of them is the greatest hits, just for you, Chris.
Oh, let's
So I know Lady Gaga has kind of done her own little version of this, but my next in line is Steve Miller Band. So I do have the Abracadabra album, and this one's really good. Although I think for the average person, Abracadabra is the big song that you're going to know off of this. Straight up, classic 70s rock type stuff. However, if you're going to go Steve Miller and you want an intro to them, I think anybody who knows Steve Miller, you're going to recognize this greatest hits album right here. Greatest hits 74 through 78. And I mean, this has everything on it. I got this for $10 because there's definitely a couple of scuffs. I'm going to have to listen to it again, but the guy gave it to me with a pretty good deal this summer because he was like, I haven't had a chance to listen to it 100%, so I don't know if it sounds 100% good. But I mean, this has Take the Money and Run, Rockin' Me, The Stake, The Joker, Fly Like an Eagle, Jet Airliner, which is a fantastic song. But straight up, I mean, Steve Miller, I think he's a Hall of Famer too now. I think, Steve Miller Band, they're in the Billboard Hall of Fame or whatever. So I really like Steve Miller Band. The one big thing that I remember about these guys is being in a bar in Windsor, and this guy that lived in a different residence than me, I never knew him. And then a couple of years later, I saw this guy again, and we're all in the bar, and all of a sudden, the Joker comes on, and we're playing pool against this guy, and he just starts belting the song out in the bar, and we all started laughing because he wasn't a very good singer. But hey, anybody who's willing to sing the Joker out loud in a bar while everybody else is playing pool and it's horrible, and it's not a karaoke night. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with Steve Miller. Great stuff. And if anything, this greatest hits is the way to go. So, I don't know if you have that one, Chris. Do you have Steve Miller?
No, I haven't. That is one I do want to pick up. I just haven't found the right price, if I'm being honest. I'm waiting for. I'm actually going to Cardiff on Saturday with Jeff, my mate, who's got his own rock show, and we're going to go digging in Cardiff. One of the oldest ones, Spillers in Cardiff. It's the oldest record shop in the world. So we're going to go down there before we go to a gig and have a quick look through. So. Yeah, I love a look. It is on my Amazon list because I do an Amazon list even when I go to record shops just to remind myself what I need to get half the time. But yeah, it's on my list. It's a good album, that.
A little bit ironic that "Fly Like an Eagle" is the theme song from the U.S. Postal Service, though. that comes up right there. So.
Speaking of "Fly Like an Eagle," what are your thoughts on Seal's version of "Fly Like an Eagle"?
Yeah, it's good. I like Seal's voice. It's good. But yeah, that whole compilation, I like Steve Miller in general, like back to the whole album Fly Like an Eagle, but even stuff like Jungle Love, which was a little out there for him, and even stuff like Abracadabra, which is, later in the career and not as well known, but I like that song too. I mean, it's got more keyboard in it than it's got guitar in it, which is what Steve was much more known for, but just good guitar rock and roll for sure. I don't think I've ever seen Steve Miller. Should have seen him somewhere along the line, but did not.
All right. Joe, it's your turn. I'm going to quickly run and say goodnight to my son. I'll be right back.
All right. We have talked, I think maybe somewhere we brought these guys up. We've brought up one of these guys anyway. The one guy being Tom Petty. But
Mhm.
this is the rest of the Traveling Wilburys, minus, of course, Roy, because this is volume 3. I just found this, and he can't give me grief for the cover being on because he's not here. And don't say anything. I'm going to put it down before he gets back. I don't know why it's on. I don't care. It's just got the price sticker on it. I'm not sure because it is in a different sleeve. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. But
Yeah.
yeah, volume 3 of the Traveling Wilburys sound a hell of a lot like volume 1. Seven Deadly Sins is pretty cool on here. It was, I don't know if I like it as much as the first one, and it's not because Roy's not on there. I just love that first album so much. But Wilbury Twist, pretty fun song, just good stuff. There was no Tweeter and the Monkey Man-ish song on here, if memory serves me correctly. I haven't listened to it for a little bit. But anyway, so I'm going to take this, which is still in its shrink wrap, loosely, I might add, so it's not screwing with that. And I'm going to put it inside of my Vinyl Storage Solutions.ca outer sleeve. I'm going to slip it in just like this. It's going to fit in very nicely because this is one of the 12.75 sleeves, because what I like to do is I like to then take my inner sleeve, which is also a Vinyl Storage Solutions inner sleeve that I got using the promo code Northern 10 and got 10% off, and I just kind of slip that in the back. So whenever I want to listen to the album, short of being on a YouTube channel and pulling out the sleeve, I just spin it around and I pop it out. I put it on and then I put it back in, and away we go. So I always use my Vinyl Storage Solutions.ca sleeves inside and out, and I always use the promo code Northern 10 when I do. And look, hey, a QR code. I bet if you go to that QR code, that will take you exactly where you need to be to pick up your own inner and outer sleeves from Vinyl Storage Solutions.ca.
We might just do that.
I haven't heard back from them yet. I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Remind me after we're done. I'll send you Jeremy's email address.
Okay.
I love the way when he does that commercial and at the end he goes, just slip it in the back.
Just slip it in. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Liquor in the front, poker in the back. That's it. Anyway.
All right.
What?
Okay. Do you want Canadian, American, or British?
Oh, I'm
He's
gonna
not
go
excited. I'm just going to let him answer.
British. Go on.
Yeah.
What we got?
Okay. This is 2 for ish. 2.5 or 1.5 ish. It's a box set.
Oh yes, mate.
Cover up her bum. The Darkness, Permission to Land Again. So this was the 20th anniversary reissue of the Darkness first album with a lot of bonus stuff. And I'll show you what the bonus stuff is because it's awesome.
We like stuff.
There's a book, a quite substantial book. And there is, hold on, lots of stuff in here. All right, so the first disc is just the album. Then second disc is studio bonus tracks. And then the third disc is singles and B-sides. And the fourth disc is Live at Nebworth, 2003. And then the last disc is Live at the Astoria, 2003. It's a phenomenal album. A lot of great live stuff, a lot of great bonus stuff. Great deluxe reissue. So there's the box set, and I'll also show this. So the original pressing of the album from 2001 or whatever it was, very hard to find, don't have one, very expensive. Had to wait 20 years for them to reissue it. What I do have from back in 2000 and whenever it came out is I do have an original picture disc of the record. So,
Have you ever played it?
yeah. Once. Sounds fine. I mean, I'm not not an audio file to the point that, it sounds like shit because it's a picture disc. I don't sounds fine to me. I don't know shit from nothing. So
I seem to vaguely remember in my old man's brain that when I got my new releases book last week from my supplier, that there's another anniversary, maybe the next album, it's the anniversary of that coming out, I think.
One-Way Ticket to Hell and Back. Yes.
That's the one. Exactly.
Yes.
There you go.
And I have had it on pre-order since the day they announced it.
Good.
Because
Yeah,
I've
I
been
saw
looking.
the.
I've been looking. That was the same as Permission to Land. Those two albums had only been pressed once on vinyl back when they first came out, and they're very expensive, $200-$300, which I'm not paying. So I'm glad that it's getting a reissue. I'm fine with reissue. I just want the album to listen to. So
It's quite weird. Have you noticed this year, lads, with the pre-orders? You don't get much, and then all of a sudden, like October comes, and you've got like 4 or 5 pre-orders. November comes, like you've got Oasis coming out, you've got Darkness coming out. There's a few others coming out. Like the pre-orders. I was looking at my pre-orders the other day, and I was like, "Good God!"
Yeah.
What?
Christmas, I assume, right? That's part of it. I got a list from same said supplier of just Christmas albums. It was 4 PDF pages of Christmas albums that I, as an owner, should be ordering now to have in for Christmas. I don't know. I found about a dozen or so on there that I'm going to make a post, because I'm not going to bring stuff in. I'm just going to let people order them if they want to. But, Teddy Swims has a Christmas album, and I mean, there's always Mariah's comes out in 18 different versions. There's the one you can lick and it's like a lollipop. I don't know. That's not true. But anyway, that's all coming. But I think maybe that's why a lot of this stuff is coming up, not just for Record Store Black Friday, but for Christmas as well, probably. So,
because you got the pre-orders, you got the Record Store Day, and then you got Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Which every year they sell out of. Now that's what I call Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you got everything on there.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Exactly. So, but there was a 4-page PDF of Christmas albums. Everybody's got one, or everybody's reissuing one or something. But
okay, cool.
Okay. All quiet in the comment section, so we'll go around again. Chris.
Okay, let's have some punk, is it?
Sure. Yay.
Never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. So, got this from Rhino. I think, Joe, have you got this one as well?
I have not an original. I have a reissue from a while ago. I don't have the Rhino version, but I have heard nothing but very good things about the Rhino version.
It's a good album. I'm not sure if I should have got it on Rhino, though.
Yeah.
Because of what the album is supposed to sound like raw.
I get you. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Buckingham and Nicks that on Rhino sounds amazing. It's a punk record. So, yeah. But if anybody's interested, 3,619 at the 5,000. I don't give a shit. But I just want, I just wanted the album, and it came up on Rhino, and I was like, well, I'll get that. So,
yeah.
And I do like the packaging on Rhino because the cardboard is so thick.
Yeah.
Like it's so thick. It's incredible. Well, that's probably where your $50 goes to.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Give me a little thinner cover and I'll pay $10 less. But yeah, you're right though. That album, it's kind of like you want your version of The Clash, London Calling, to sound a little beat up, because that's the way that album should be and look, right? But,
yeah. So you got Anarchy in the UK, God Save the Queen, Holidays in the Sun, Bodies, 17, No Feelings, Liar, New York. So just came on black vinyl, Rhino release. Just thought these, by the way, these tonight were picked by Liz randomly, so I have no idea. I said, "There's my block, pick 10," and she went, "Okay."
Have at her. Good. Well, she's doing good. She couldn't go wrong. You can never go wrong with anything that we pick. It's just, it is what it is, right?
She she came home tonight because she's been doing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the musical, because she plays the oboe and the trumpet and the sax. All the woodwind she plays in the musical that they've been doing. And all the money raised goes to help disabled kids in South Wales. So
fantastic.
Very good.
Awesome.
There you go. So, she's in an orchestra, Liz is. She's pretty talented, but I'll never tell her to her face.
Yeah,
Well,
and
she'll
she
never
can go
hear
to-
it because not like this being broadcast on the internet.
That's
No,
right.
I'll never acknowledge it.
Fair enough.
There you go. Sex Pistols.
Okay, Daryl.
Never mind the bollocks. That's an album I've never listened to all the way through. I got to do that one of these days.
We gotta
Don't
get
do it
to
now. Wait till after the live stream finishes, mate.
Now, speaking of albums that aren't high on the quality recording list, but I've still got to do this video, Chris, because you tagged me in it, and you said you're going to really like to do this thread for your buddy Cam.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
I want to do this for your buddy Cam. Now, spoiler alert: this is a twofer. So this first one, I've talked about this many times on the channel. That the first Christmas gift I ever received from my daughter was a vinyl record, and she was like, "Dad, you like to play these video games? It's a Minecraft soundtrack."
Yeah.
And so it's not great quality, right? But I just love Minecraft. I've always liked playing Minecraft. There's a new game that just came out recently. My son wanted to download called Ark, and it's kind of I guess more of a 2025 version of Minecraft, or you're like a caveman, you got to try to survive and all that kind of stuff. But getting back to the music here, my daughter got this for me for Christmas one year. And this is an album that I will never sell, ever.
Okay.
It's that important to me. As silly as it is, it's a video game, but anybody that's got kids, if they buy you an album, you're not going to get rid of it. You no matter if you like it or not. You want to buy me the Care Bears, I will keep it.
Care Bears. That's a blast from the past.
But I have Alpha, which is on a green vinyl. And you want to get a little morbid about this? I've actually told my wife, because I actually find this to be more relaxing than ambient music. I will play this when I'm at work with my students, just to get them calm and working. And I told my wife one time, I said, if I am ever on my way out the door, I'm on my deathbed, you play Minecraft for me and I want to fall asleep to it. Just that's how I want to go. So I've got the Alpha, and then I've got I bought this one on my own, but this is the beta. So it's all the beta songs, but I think it's got one of the coolest splatter
it's good.
ever.
Yeah.
Very
They
nice.
made it look like lava from the dark side. So the only issue I have, and I mentioned this before, is that there's a track on, I think it's the second disc, and the way that the pressing was done, it's just noise. They screwed up the pressing, and it was too late for me to return this. So I've got one track that just, it's unplayable. I have to skip it. But yeah, so in my M's is my Minecraft soundtracks.
Can I just ask you a question on that? Is he a typical kind of, like, in Mario Brothers in the day, guys? You remember this, don't you? Mario Brothers in the day, that kind of music. Is it kind of like that on the Minecraft soundtrack, like, or is it actual artist?
It's more well, it's all instrumental.
Okay,
but I find it's more ambient. It's not upbeat typically, but it's relaxing, I would say.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Joe.
Me next. All right. So we go from the Traveling Wilburys to a Canadian band, and this is a lame ass cover. And it's Triumph, the limited edition of Rock and Roll Machine. I know I show the game a lot because it's pretty cool and it's got a cool gatefold. The reason this is lame is because this is supposed to go inside the cover. This nice shiny. You'd think it's an acetate, or you think it was something weird.
Wow.
And it sounds pretty good, but it is full-blown platinum, and it's not a platinum record that they gave. It's got a fingerprint on it, as you can see, as well. It's probably got a couple of fingerprints on it, but it's supposed to go in there. And yeah, it's one. I'm not sure why I don't have it displayed a little better. Look at it. It's the more Inception. It's me holding up a record, me holding up a record, me holding up a record if you look deep enough. But great Triumph. I'm a big fan, always was a big fan. Power trio, not the there's more than one power trio in Canada, and a pretty good one was Triumph. But Rock and Roll Machine, again, the game. Allied Forces was big. They were very big. They've made a little bit of a comeback or a little bit of a resurgence because they had them before Game 6, Game 7 of the Oilers. They had them play, I think, outside of whatever the hell the rink is called up in Edmonton. They played a couple of songs, 2 of them out of the 3. The other guy was still I've told this one before, but the most Canadian story, the guy had a doctor's appointment, and in Canada, with our wonderful healthcare, albeit free, he couldn't afford to give up his doctor's appointment. So he didn't join his 2 bandmates in Edmonton because he had a doctor's appointment in Toronto. He was perfectly fine, but he couldn't afford to lose his doctor's appointment in Canada, so he didn't play at the reunion before the show. But anyway, Triumph and Rock and Roll Machine. Jack, probably
that is one of the coolest. That is one of the coolest, like, whacks that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it sounds okay. It sounds pretty good, but yeah, it is full blown platinum, and it's pretty cool. I like that one. So I think I have a regular version as well, but that's the platinum version. So there you go.
They were just inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And they had the the only other official member of Triumph come and join them at that inauguration, one Mr. Phil X of Bon Jovi.
Yep, because he's played a little bit with them as well. Yeah, he was at that. Yeah, and Kearns from Took was playing, and Fitz actually I think was on the drums. So yeah,
that is good. The best hat in the world, by the way, Joe. I love it every week because it is a toque that says toque.
My toque. Yeah, exactly. So
and for Americans, they're like, "What the fuck is a toque?" It's a beanie.
That or they know what a toque is and they go, man, that guy must be stupid. He's got to write what he's wearing on his toque.
Right?
So, yeah.
Exactly. All right. My turn.
As we call in Britain, a knitted hat.
Knitted cap.
All right.
You wore one.
Joe was wearing his toque sitting on his Chesterfield.
That's right.
All right, I'm going to show this one
pretty soon too.
This is a phenomenal, we'll call it a rock record, I guess, from 2019. This is a great Canadian songwriter that I'm a huge fan of called Davnit Doyle. That doesn't look like how her name should be pronounced, but that is how it is pronounced. On your live stream on Sunday, Chris, I showed a record by a band called The Heartbroken. And she is the lead singer of that band, The Heartbroken. But this is her most recent solo album. And she just has a really great voice. It's very distinctive. She's been making albums for 25 years. I met her once when I was in university. She was playing the campus bar, and I went to the show. Just a really, really good record. She's also a radio host on CBC. She hosts a daily radio show. But aside from having really nice legs, she's a great songwriter. So
I was going to say, Davnit, if you ever watch this, those boots are fantastic.
Aren't they though?
They are.
There was an album. There was an album you showed on my live stream, and I've been streaming all week, and I can't think of the name, and I absolutely love it. You said it's the best rock album you've listened to in years. It was a female artist, and I can't remember her name though.
What the hell did I show?
It was a female artist. I don't know if she was. Yeah, well, she must be Canadian because you're Canadian Special. It's a picture of her on the front. You said this is one of the best rock albums have been made in the last 10, 15 years, you said. I can't remember her name. But I'll have to go on my phone, but I'll be cut off. So I'll come back to you. It might come back to me now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't remember what that. I'll skim it on my phone here. So anyway,
I remember you saying it. I can't remember who it was.
I don't even remember saying that. But then again, I barely remember what I did this morning. So to that end, it's Chris's turn. So let me see if I can find what that was.
Okay, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell.
Like a bat out of hell, I've been gone till the morning comes. Sorry.
So yeah, it's first album I ever bought on CD back in the day. Bad to Hell. Sorry, Bad to Hell 2. Was the first one I bought. But you know, Bad to Hell, you took the words right out of my mouth. Heaven Can't Wait. You've got 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, Paradise, by the Dashboard Light, for crying out loud. So yeah, Meatloaf. This got sent to me a VCLT actually this week from Boz. It's just on black vinyl. But one of the most iconic album covers of all time. It's gotta be up there.
Yeah. I
It's
love that album. I love that
absolutely-
album. I could listen to that album start to finish, including Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which I had originally said a while ago I was sick of, but then I've come back around. That is a fantastic album. For what it is, I can't remember if it was this or one that we did for you or something. As far as a perfect album goes, and Daryl, maybe it was you and I had this discussion somewhere. For the album that it is, the genre that it is a perfect album. I think
It is a perfect album, and I think you're right. We were talking about this, and you and I and Rob, we just can't figure out why people shit on him so much. Like, I've never been able to figure it out why people crap on his music so much. He's amazing.
I think a lot of
Fantastic.
shit that bands and artists take is because of overplay. I think that's a big part of it. And that album, and then I Won't Do That, I Do Anything for Love, they played the shit out of that.
Oh yeah.
Like talking about
and I know before he died, like, he kind of had some political views that people didn't like and all that, but once again, it's about the music. It's not about it shouldn't be about the person unless the person's a complete lunatic loser.
Sure. Yeah. But
politics is
again, I think
it's a fantastic record, and I know a lot of people don't like Bow to Hell Part 2, but I mean, Chris, you and I I was going into high school when that came out. I remember that was at every high school dance.
Yeah, everywhere.
It's not as good. It's not as good as the first one, but it's for us that went to high school in the 90s. It's iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
those two Bow to Hell things. Yeah,
and a good music video.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, and the video was fantastic. I was just looking up the director because I should know who it was.
It's kind of that Beauty and the Beast kind of theme going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And I believe the person who sang on it originally was actually Welsh. She was a Welsh singer.
Yeah, it's Miss Loud, I think, if I remember correctly, gets credited on the back. And I'm trying to remember if it was. Who the hell did the video? It was a famous director. Oh, Michael Bay. Yeah, Michael Bay directed the video for that. So Michael Bay of Transformers and all the rest of that, all of that stuff. So
yeah, cool.
Who'd you figure out?
Yes, that's it. What's her name?
Skye Wallace.
There you go. Yep. Just went out my mind. Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. It is good. Good.
Do you get why I say it kind of sounds like Heart a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. If you close your eyes, you could be kind of It's I'm gonna give it a month. I'll pick it up. It's like there's too many pre-orders.
I think the only place you'll find it is
Bandcamp.
No, you can. Well, yeah, they might have it there or the 6 Shooter Records web store.
Okay, I'll have a look.
All right, Daryl.
Well, this one's going to be multiple records because it's a whole set of one group, and I know that Richard's going to be really excited for this one because anybody that likes industrial music will appreciate this. Not everybody's going to, but I would argue, other than maybe Skinny Puppy, which is a Canadian industrial, and they're dark. These guys aren't as dark, but this is probably the most iconic industrial band, maybe other than maybe Nine Inch Nails, and that is Ministry. And so I have a stack of them, and I talked about this summer. Well, the big regret I have is that I didn't buy an original pressing of Twitch. I think it was their first album for $20 used. and they're going for crazy amounts of money too if they're in decent shape. But I have this one here is an EP. It's the Ministry Halloween remix and Nature of Outtakes. So early Ministry. So we got that one. I have the Mind is a Beautiful Thing to a Terrible Thing to Taste. This one here, I've got a pretty funny story about this. I don't know if I've ever told anybody this story, but I was on a football trip. We'll say soccer for us Canadians, but a football trip in high school. And we used to set an alarm with one of those CD boombox things. So we put the CD, I had a CD of this. We put the CD in, and the very first song that's on here is a song called Thieves. And it's just hardcore industrial. And all four of us that were in the room, it scared the living shit out of us when we woke up. It just because my roommate didn't, my buddy didn't turn the volume down enough. It was on full blast. Absolutely scared, terrified. But Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. And then The Land of Rape and Honey, which is the one that Stigmata, I think, was the single that was off of this, probably the first one that became renowned. I forget what that picture is. It looks like a body or something like that that's in there, all covered up in fluff. I know there's a story behind that picture, but that one's music on vinyl pressing. Stigmata's on there. And then this is my favorite, Psalm 69. This is the one that has Jesus Built My Hot Rod, NWO, and Just One Fix. So there's a really loud scream on Just One Fix, which is fantastic. And then perhaps one of their most controversial album covers is the Filth Pig one, because this band has no qualms about writing songs in protest of the American government and everything that they have to stand for. So Al Jorgensen, though, is kind of like the Keith Richards. I don't know how the guy is still alive. The amount of heroin that guy has done and the amount of piercings he has in his face is disgusting. But I like industrial music to a degree, and Ministry is probably where I draw the line of industrial. So anyway, those are 5 Ministry albums that I have.
Richard's loving that. Says he's seen Ministry so many times, and he thinks Psalm 69 is so good. And this smartass says Joe loves Psalmer of 69.
The Psalmer of 69.
Richard, I've got a question for you. Can you bring up the story about how you've seen Tool and Ministry together, or within the same amount of time, or was it Primus? I can't remember. I know you've seen all 3, and it makes me jealous.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, take it away.
Okay. We'll save those. All right. Canadian band. Good old Canadian 70s rock and roll. Trooper, and this is from later in the career.
Yes.
I like this one a lot, actually. I listened to this today, and it's very good. It's definitely a little different for them. I don't know if it's a little darker, if that's the right way to put it, but The Thin White Line is one of the songs hits off of here about a buddy and cocaine and losing a friend and things like that. But Boy with a Beat is on here. What else? There was another one that I forgot till I'd listened to. Walking Like a Dog. Yeah. Or Working Like a Dog. Walking Like a Dog. Working Like a Dog. That's how much I forgot it. But good stuff later in the career from a good Canadian band. If you don't know Trooper, the best way to describe them is just a good Canadian rock and roll guitar band with fun lyrics, and they don't give a shit about much. Boys in the Bright White Sports Car, Raise a Little Hell, We're Here for a Good Time. Some of the titles by the
General
band.
Hand Grenade.
Yeah, General Hand Grenade. They had some ballads. They had some power ballads back before they became power ballads or whatever, kind of, sort of. But seen them more times than I can remember, and always, always very good, and good dudes as well. So what more can you ask for? Just good music, good dudes, and a lot of fun. So there you go.
They remind me a lot of Trooper, or not Trooper. They are Trooper. They remind me a lot of Cheap Trick. And that same sort of guitar-driven, fun rock that isn't too serious. You know?
No, not serious at all. Other than there's a couple on here that are, but before that, really, for the most part, not.
Yeah, like Boys in the Bright White Sports Car, We're Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time.
Yeah,
that's and the other thing that and I don't remember. I know the lead singer is Ray McGuire. I can't remember the guitar player, but the guitar player reminds me a lot of Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, and they're the same kind of really wicked guitar player that kind of acts like a bit of a lunatic.
But a little bit weird. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Brian, but his last name escapes me. But Brian, yes.
Yeah.
And quickly, maybe Keith Richards and the guy from Ministry have it right. Maybe we all need to start doing heroin. Maybe we're not doing enough heroin.
I think I'll pass.
No, it's just a thought. I can't say that I ever had. I've done a couple other things, but heroin is not one that I have done. So
There's certain things you never thought you'd hear on a live stream.
yeah, that's right.
That's what it is, Trevor. I remember that now.
Land of Rape and Honey is from a Holocaust documentary. There you go.
There used to be a town, not used to be a town. The town is still there, Tisdale, Saskatchewan, where Brent Butt of Corner Gas fame is from. And there was a sign as you drove in, the land of rape and honey, because rape seed is actually a crop and now it's not that anymore. They got rid of the sign, but they had a lot of honey growing there and they had a lot of rapeseed growing there. So yeah, the big sign as you drove into Tisdale was the land of rape and honey for a long time.
I got to ask Chris this, because you get The Littlest Hobo on TV over there, which is one of the most iconic Canadian TV shows. Do you guys get Corner Gas?
No.
Oh. Streams
It's
from
pretty
Corner
good.
Gas. It's one of the most stereotypical Canadian sitcoms out there, and it's fucking fantastic.
Talking about Canadian, Joe made me buy an album yesterday.
Good.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Do you want to tell him about that,
Blame
Joe?
other than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tell him about that, Joe?
He's buying Anne Murray's greatest hits. He's going to
Hang
have
on.
the Queen's album.
Oh boy, hold on. Bear that in mind. I'll be right back. Hold on.
And Richard, going back to that comment that you posted, I am jealous of all three of those concerts,
Yeah.
especially the '93 one.
Yeah. No
Jealous.
kidding. That's crazy. So
So yeah, I did stream it, Joe. I've been listening to it when I went shopping today in the car.
yeah.
I said to you, remember I said to you, because I thought that first song I screenshotted and sent it to you. For the back of my mind, I thought it was the Carpenters.
Yeah,
really
you
thought it
said. I know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not bangers by any means, and it's going to have its place. But you know what? Put on that album, have a beer, and think.
I love it.
Canada.
I love it. I absolutely love it, mate.
Good.
I do. I love it.
Okay, I have to show this. For context, I was next room over from my office. Here's our furnace room. We use it for storage. And I was digging through some stuff, and I found a small stack of records that belonged to my wife from when she was a kid. And Daryl will appreciate this because he is of the age. Joe's too old for this record, but he knows it. And since we're talking about Anne Murray, how about this, gentlemen?
Oh yes, the hippo in my tub.
Hippo in my tub.
Yeah.
I've
This
seen
is
that
like,
one a
what
few
the fuck?
times at Value Village, and I want to pick it up, but then I'm like, wait a minute.
Right?
I should get it. I really should get it.
So this came out in 1977. I was born in 78. So, Chris, this was probably one of the biggest Canadian kids albums of the late 70s, early 80s, of which Daryl and I are of that age. So we own this. We played the shit out of this. This actually was my sister-in-law's copy before it was my wife's, and now it sits in our furnace room. But since you're talking about Anne Murray, there's a hippo in my tub.
Very nice.
So we had something similar, but they were called the Moomins in Britain. But they were like white hippos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I worked with a British accent for some apparent reason. I don't know why. But it never made sense when I was a kid. But okay. I don't think I'll ever pick that up because it'll never be available in Britain. But
You probably won't, but just as a laugh, like
yeah. Well,
So-
I'm hoping to come to Canada next year, night. So, because I was talking, was he on the live stream? No, I was on Sam's live stream yesterday, actually, and I said I'm not going to go to the BC meetup because I'm coming to Canada. I want to meet up with Rob. I want to try and get to Joe's shop if possible. I know the distance is going to be insane. Me and Liz going to talk about the geography on it because I'm going to go and stay with Frank. 33 RPM. Because he said to me, come over, please come over. Because he came to London. He was like, mate, I haven't got time to meet up. They were like, we've got so many stuff going on. But that's the plan. I think I'd rather do a couple of trips around Canada. And yeah, so VC is off the map this year till whenever.
I mean, if you do come from my house to MGK's is only like an hour and 20 minutes. So
yeah, but the visas to go over there it's much easier for me to go to Canada, mate.
Yeah, of course.
Visa wise, the British passport, than it is for me to try and go from Canada to America, from America back to Canada, from Canada back to the UK.
Yeah, I take for granted we don't need a visa to go to America. We just need a passport.
Yeah.
Until Cheeto changes that, you never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you make it, and we will hang out and we will do all the stuff.
So you could take me record shopping, and maybe I could pick up some Anne Murray with that.
Oh yeah,
thing. I can actually get hold of some Adam Baldwin and get a hold of some like Blue Rodeo, and because I want to buy some albums that I'm not able to get over here. So
we can do that. We can make that happen.
And I really want to go to Joe's shop and spend some money. Hand over some cash. There you go, mate.
If you get to Frank's place, if you're gonna go to Frank's place, we're about 6 hours if you don't stop away from a little further west. So it's not close, but it's not close, but it's not that far in the grand scheme of things. So.
It's not close, but when Joe stands out on his front porch, Saskatchewan's so flat he can see Frank's house. They wave at each other.
We do.
Hey, Frank, 6 hours away.
I can call my ma from here. Hey, Ma, get off the dang roof.
Anyway. If you're driving from Frank's to Joe's, if you get lost, you just look up and Joe will be waving on the horizon.
We're going to do short plane trips everywhere. So
cool. Well, yeah. Then literally it's an hour or so.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. So
good
because we want to go to Niagara Falls, we want to do the whole tourist thing, and
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Yeah. I got my own tour guide.
Man, I love the falls. I've probably been there 1,000 times. It's so cool. Whose turn is it now? I don't even remember. We got off of the Anne Murray hippo in my tub tangent.
Yours.
Mine.
I believe so, because I did Trooper.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm already large. Okay. Can I show two? I can, I guess, right?
Sure.
Why not?
All right. Let's show two. They're completely unrelated. We'll do two American ones because I don't want to talk about Canada too much. Chris mentioned Tom Petty earlier, and I said we might see Mike Campbell. Well, there he is. This is Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. This is their second album. So this is what Mike has been doing after Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and after Fleetwood Mac. There's the fellas there. Really good stuff. I would describe it as sort of garage rock, I guess. Mike sounds a lot like Tom Petty.
Yep.
It's that Florida Gainesville drawl. If you close your eyes, you're like, is that Mike or is that Tom? Really, really good stuff, though. Really enjoy it. They have 3 albums out. This one came out in 2022. I think is my favorite of the 3, but all 3 of them are just really good. They're what you would expect. Mike Campbell sounding like Tom Petty, playing guitar like Mike Campbell. Not much more to say. Great stuff. If you like Tom Petty.
I think I streamed the last album he wrote out. I don't know if it shows that one or there was the last album he wrote. I thought that sounds like Tom Petty. It was uncanny. I was like,
it does, yeah. These guys are fantastic. This is a band from California called Dirty Honey. Dirty Honey is one of those like throwback rock and roll bands, kind of like, Black Crowes kind of thing. This sounds like 70s rock, but it's recorded now. There's the fellas there. They look like they're trying to be from the 70s. This came out this year. This is their live album called Mayhem and Revelry. So it's 2 LPs from their Can't Find the Breaks World Tour. Can't Find the Breaks was their second album. So the first LP is songs from the North American leg of the tour. The second LP are songs from the European leg of the tour. Really, really good 70s rock. I've got the first album and all the second one, but just phenomenal. If you like Black Crowes, if you like Christ, I don't know who else sounds like, but just, rock that sounds like it should be 50 years old. These guys are absolutely phenomenal, and their live stuff is just great. So there you go. There's two. Richard's saying I have the Dirty Knobs first album. Yeah, I have an autographed one. I bought it from the band's web store, and then it arrived damaged, and I told them about it, and they sent me a new one, signed, and then I had the spare one kicking around, and Alex from Beer and Vinyl said, "Can I buy that off you?" I just gave it to him, and that was what spurred Alex to do his very first video when I sent him that Dirty Honey record. So
it's your fault.
I'm a big time influencer. I influence fives of people, maybe. So there you go. Okay, let's just do a speed round and wrap this thing up because we're getting close to the end. So, Chris,
Yeah, mate. Okay, Joe's going to get really jealous now that I've got this. The Ramones' greatest hits come out record store day. Brilliant. This is on red vinyl. So you've got the Ramones.
Very nice.
An album that Sam got me into is Tommy Prime, This Far South. I think I've shown this before, but what a brilliant songwriter kind of music. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love this. I'm going to save this one to last because this is going to make Rob chuckle slightly. So, Plain White Tees. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? This is on red vinyl. It should be on yellow or black, but it's
or white. I don't know.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's a good album, though, start to finish, actually. And then I think Liz has done this on purpose to make you chuckle slightly, Rob.
Indeed.
So this is Blake Preston. This is I do enjoy this actually. So Rob sent this as VCLT, and this is on white vinyl. And as you can see, Joe, I know you mentioned it before, but this inner sleeve here.
Are those from? Is that from Vinyl Storage Solutions?
It certainly is, mate. Yes.
Excellent. Did you use the promo code Northern 10?
No, but I believe Rob did because he sent it to me.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, he probably did then. Yeah, that's good.
Rob does not need to use the promo code Northern 10 because Rob has a lot of store credit from Joe talking about Vinyl Storage Solutions. So thank you.
Yeah, and he does it on my show as well. I just chuckle. It's brilliant. I love it. So there is my selection with a bit of Canadian off Rob's record company, I want to say.
Blake is one of my best friends. We've been friends for 30 years. And yeah, we have a little label that we call Road Trip Records that we put a couple of his albums out on. So I assisted in the production of that record. So
it's a cool cover, mate.
Yeah.
It's a very cool cover.
We bought I can't remember the name of the artist, but we bought the rights to the art. And then I did all of the graphic lettering on it and all the typesetting. And I created the label that's on the record. And that's not my handwriting, though. That's a computer.
Are you in the liner notes?
I'm not. I didn't. I'm not in. I was on all his previous albums, but he didn't put me on that one. And I'm like
on the other ones. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool.
You didn't really show your shirt. You showed us your shirt. Show everybody your shirt.
I love that shirt.
It's a good one. I like it. Very nice.
I need to get that to wear to work.
Yeah.
I'll send you one more offensive if you like, Robert.
Please, yes. The more offensive, the better.
If it contains an interview, just close the door as you came in.
Daryl, you were talking about jealous concerts that Richard got to go see. Trevor has mentioned his jealous concert that I'm jealous of or whatever with the Ramones with social.
Look at these guys. They just flexing on us all night. These
a little bit. A little bigger populations where they are. So,
all right. I've got way too many to show, so I'm only going to grab like a handful here and show them. because I literally grabbed my whole bin. It's what I did. Okay, so what do we got here? This is a 4-track EP, Missing Persons, which is like new wave, I guess, stuff from the 80s. It has words or no more words on it. It's a great song. But yeah, it's just a couple of songs on each side. I Like Boys. Apparently,
We
the lead
didn't know
singer
that.
of the
Good.
band
Whoa.
like
Hang on a
boys.
minute.
This is a
Back-
new
She likes
splash.
boys.
Let's backtrack a minute. Do we need a chat?
Not that
It's
there's
a female band.
They were
All
walking
right.
in LA too, weren't they? I know it's not on there, but
Huh?
I think that Missing Persons was walking in LA, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, no, but the No More Words song is a great track. Oh, here we go. Welcome to the Real World, Mr. Mister. Mr. Mister. This is the one that has this is the one with broken wings on it. Think so.
And Kyrie.
Yeah, Broken Wings and Kyrie are on this. This is a great one. Love these guys. You don't hear too much about them, not in the VC anyway. Good old Canadian female singer Joni Mitchell, "Ladies of the Canyon." It's a great album. It's the one that has what's "Ladies of the Canyon." I can't remember what else is on this though. Woodstock and Big Yellow Taxi. Yeah, that's on there.
There's a female band from Toronto called Ladies of the Canyon named after that album. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we got a twofer here going back. It's more Canadian stuff, but we've talked about Kim Mitchell and the Akimbo logo. Why am I getting it wrong here? The Akimbo logo. So what is it? I think Akimbo logo is the one that has 2 different album covers, I think, A couple of different ones.
I don't know.
I can't remember which. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, patio lanterns and all that, which is fantastic stuff. This is the second last one I'm going to show. An inheritance from my grandfather when he was traveling through Europe, I guess, back in his military days. Destination Rome, the Monte Cristo strings. So guitar music. And then last but not least, if Sam St. John was here, he would love this. And I know that Chris is going to love this because I'm going to end on a greatest hits. And need I say more? The Monkees' greatest hits. Sam St. John would love this because he knows these guys ins and out. And that's all the Monkees that I need. I'm a believer. Last Train to Clarksville, Daydream Believer. It's all on there. And so I will end at that. The rest of my stack goes from MO to MY.
Daryl, you're sounding more and more like me. I've got the greatest hits. That's all I pretty need on this one. So thanks for watching and good night.
Yeah. Very nice.
All right, Joe.
All right. Speed round. Tubes. Like the Tubes. Fee Waybill is a weird dude. Good album. This and the one before it. Really the only Tubes that I need. Not the greatest hits. Although if you got the greatest hits, they'd have the good songs off of here. But are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. That's good. Hey, I do have a greatest hits. Here we go. The Turtles. I like the Turtles. Good stuff. You know what I mean? Just really good stuff. Pretty nice album.
Happy Together has got to be on there.
Yeah, it's good stuff for sure. So
Song.
I like it. What else? Yeah, Happy Together. You know what I mean? Just nice stuff. There's the back for what it's worth. A little old timey with Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, as far as I knew, was not in the Turtles, but yet according to the album cover, he was.
Joe, there's a newish band that's out there. Well, not newish, but there's a band I've discovered recently called Trampled by Turtles. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I know the name, but that's all. So.
They're good.
Yeah, I know the name, but that's all. So, speaking of newer artists, maybe one that surprises those that I don't know if anybody's surprised by shit I pull out of the collection sometimes, because you buy collections in there and there's stuff in there, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But 21 Pilots, Stressed Out, pretty good song. I like this album. They've really kind of gone off the charts. They were big for like a couple of years, and they had a new album. It didn't do much. Little Twisted Sister, not the album that you would think of, but good. This is an awesome album. I like Twisted Sister. They're supposed to be doing a tour. I hope that they still sound good, because I'll go see them. There's the boys on the back, actually looking fairly tame as far as Twisted Sister goes. Here's a little rock and roll for those. Trevor might know this one. The Tigers of Pantang and Crazy Nights. It's good stuff. Here's the back. This will give you an indication of what it sounds like. Lots of hair and screaming and guitars. It's not it is a 2-album set, but it is not a gatefold, so it does not matter. And we're going to end up wide awake in America because the last of this bin is the U2 bin. And I think I've shown all the rest, or we have all shown all the rest somewhere along the line, and I'm not sure. So I chose this one. But there's the boys on the back looking pretty young at that point. I don't know when this would have been. This was from, come on, man. Where is it?
86.
1985.
That's
1985.
close.
This is 40 friggin' years ago, this album. It's insane. They started in 80. They're 40. U2 has been around for 45 plus years. That is insane to think that of the band U2, but it is, right? I see you shaking your head. It's like, oh man, the band, one of the bands that I've liked for so long. That's probably why, because they've been around for 45 damn years.
U2 are older than me.
Yeah, that's right. You're just a young buck stud pup, whatever you want to call it. That's right. So there you go. That's bin 47, or parts of bin 47.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring it home here. This is a band that I've talked to you about before that I love, even though it's full of douchebags. Well, there's a few douchebags. The Eagles. This is live from the LA Forum in 2018, if I read that Roman numeral correctly. This is the 4 LP set. You could also get a 2 LP set as well. Love the Eagles. Hate Don Henley. Hate Glenn Frey. They're both wankers to the utmost degree, but I like the music. So this is good to have, whether it's this one or the 2 LP version, because this is the only version, the only recording of the Eagles with Deacon Frey and Vince Gill after Glenn died. So I was originally skeptical when they joined the band and go, it's not really the Eagles. And then I thought they've had so many lineup changes. What the hell does it matter? And they fit in very, very well. Vince Gill is incredible as a guitar player, especially. To have Joe Walsh and Vince Gill in the same band is an embarrassment of riches when it comes to guitar players. I mean, that's not even fair. But this is really, really good. So obviously it does all the hits. It's great. So because I love the Eagles, I had to get it because it's the only recording with Vince and Deacon. Then we'll go here. Finish up a couple Canadian ones. Band I really love called Cuff the Duke. Originally from Oshawa, Ontario. Now sort of Hamilton and Guelph, Ontario. Put out 5 or 6 records. This was the last for a while. This came out in 2012. And they never broke up, but they went off to do other projects and never thought they would ever get back together again, even though they never broke up. And then a year ago, they dropped an album out of the blue. I knew the album had been done because I know Wayne, the lead singer, and I know AJ, the drummer, as well. But Wayne and I talked about it. He goes, yeah, the record's been recorded, but it's sitting on a shelf. And so for whatever reason, after 12 years, they finally released the follow-up record. But this is Union. These guys are kind of like Wilco. Probably how I would – early Wilco is how I would describe it. Good stuff. This is probably their most electric of all their albums. It's on green vinyl.
So is that like the AM Wilco?
Yeah, I think similar Uncle Tupelo kind of stuff too. It's alt country.
Okay.
Electric alt country, I guess.
I'll have to check that out, Rob, because I love the AM album. I go.
Yeah, they're distinct, but I mean that's kind of the closest parallel I can draw. This record, I absolutely love this guy, Luc Doucet. I said he's my favorite guitar player in Canada, wickedly talented. was in a punk band called Veal, did a few solo records. Then him and his wife formed a band called Whitehorse that I've talked about a lot.
Yes.
He is Sarah McLachlan's guitar player, and his wife is Sarah McLachlan's bass player. Sarah's out on tour right now to celebrate the anniversary of Tumbling Towards Ecstasy, and obviously they're on tour with her. I've met Luke a bazillion times. Absolutely love anything that he's done. So this is his last solo record, which came out in 2010, called Luke Doucette and the White Falcon, Steel City Trawler. It's about life in Hamilton, Ontario, which is just down the road from where I live. And the last one I'm going to bring it home with, I don't talk about these guys enough, but they're awesome. The Downchild Blues Band.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen the movie The Blues Brothers with Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, it's based on these guys.
Okay.
You guys are from Toronto, Kingston, somewhere. And Dan Aykroyd is from Kingston. Saw these guys playing in the bars back in the day. And the Walsh brothers, Donnie Walsh, I forget what his brother's name was. Maybe he doesn't have a brother. Anyway, Donnie Walsh is the inspiration for Aykroyd's character. So the music that the Blues Brothers movie, this is the real life where the Blues Brothers came from. So this is called Road Fever, which came out in 1980. I think it's their best record. I've got some other ones as well, but I've seen these guys in concert. I've met Donnie Walsh, and I actually met the entire band. So good 70s North American blues, rock, whatever you want to call it. So
Yeah, whatever you call the Blues Brothers, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. A little bit of soul kicked up a notch, stuff like that. Yeah, it's good.
Exactly.
Really
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Yep. I think they just did their farewell tour this year, I believe. I don't think
Oh,
they're
did
going to
they?
tour
Yeah.
anymore because they've been touring for like 50 years. So,
Yeah.
So, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. We'll do as we always do, go around the horn. Chris, what's going on your channel? Anything exciting you want to tell folks about?
So next week I've just completed the Stereophonics catalog pretty much that I pre-ordered 6 months ago. So, I made the mistake of ordering all of the remaining 2 albums, and I pre-ordered the Dakota Anniversary 45. So I had to wait for the 45 to get pressed on vinyl because I ordered at the same time. So I've been waiting the last 6 months. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to take a break off live streams myself on my channel until about Christmas time. Work and family and the rest of it need to take priority at the moment. So that's me pretty much. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Daryl? What you got going on?
Like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm kind of like you, where I haven't run out of ideas. I just have run out of time. I gotta make a few videos just to kind of get caught up. Try to do some of these threads because I think there's a couple of interesting ones there. Cams is really cool. I know Craig from Spirit of Vinyl just did this time one everybody's been doing, so I want to try them out. And other than that, it's just work and trying to find time,
I forgot to say as well, Rob, today officially is 5 years since I started my YouTube channel.
Happy anniversary.
And it's still shit.
As long as you're good with it being shit, my friend, then it doesn't really matter, right?
I don't give a damn at this point.
Yeah. That's good.
None of us are aspirational YouTube influencers. So
No.
What about you, Joe? What's going on? You're not making obviously videos for your channel, but anything coming up for the store?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to do one tomorrow because I haven't done one for a little bit. So probably another, as I always say, another one of the 12 things that don't belong here. But yeah, other than that, things are good. I'm going to go see these guys again because they announced some more South American and Canadian dates next August. So off to Edmonton. I thought about Edmonton and Vancouver, but going to do Edmonton next August to go see the boys from AC/DC one more time. So it's shaping up to be a good concert year next year already. Got Foo Fighters tickets, AC/DC tickets, Lady Gaga tickets. So looking forward to 2026. Should be good.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you?
Well, I do have to do a video this weekend. Cam had that 5 records that you'll never ever sell. I got tagged in that one. So, yeah, absolutely. I want to do that one. I haven't done a video in forever. Work's just been far too stressful. I enjoy making the videos, but I sit in front of a computer screen far too much. I'm just, needed a break. But I want to do that one. And then next Wednesday, Joe will be hosting. It'll be broadcast here on my channel. I just won't be here because I have a trade show to do for work. And then next Friday, I'm going to see Blue Rodeo in Hamilton with Adam Baldwin as the opener,
Yes.
which I'm very excited about. Chris, big news. Adam just finished in the studio yesterday, and the bed tracks for all 15 songs for the next album are done.
Yes.
They've got to do all of the overdubs and mixing and all that, but the bed tracks are all done.
Tell him I want a copy.
So I'll find out what the deal is. Hopefully, I'll be talking to Adam. I'll be talking to Kendall. She plays on the record, so I'm excited about that. And then the other thing I'm quite excited about is after the Blue Rodeo show on the Monday the 17th, I will be sitting down to have a conversation with Glenn Milcham, the drummer from Blue Rodeo. So we're going to have a chat about some stuff, and that will appear on my channel here in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to that. So that's what's cooking.
Cool. Quick, because I just thought of it as I looked at, I kind of got my poppies going back there. 3 Canadians and a Brit. Let's not forget November the 11th,
Yeah.
11/11.
Yeah.
Take some time, honor those that have gone before us and that are still serving as well. I'm not a big military guy, but I am a big Remembrance Day guy. So keep
As
that
am
in
I.
mind, everybody.
Yep, very much so. All right, folks. Well, for those that joined us tonight, thank you very much. As always, we love chatting with you. And for those that are going to watch this later on, thanks for spending a bit of time with us. It's a highlight of our week. We enjoy it. So Joe and Daryl will be back next week with somebody here. I'll be back in a couple weeks. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Will do.
Bye-bye.